What is AI? Alright, let's dive in. We're gonna pull back the curtain on one of the biggest buzzwords out there, artificial intelligence. We'll break down what it really is, how it actually works, and get this, we'll even show you how to build your very own. So let's get started. Have you ever played one of those drawing games online? You know, you scribble a quick sketch of a cat and bam, before you're even done, the computer goes, I see a cat. How on earth does it do that? It feels like actual magic, right? Well, it's not. It's a super clever process that, believe it or not, you can totally understand and even mess around with yourself. Okay, so let's tackle the big question head on. When you hear AI, you might picture some super intelligent robot from a movie, right? But at its core, it's actually much simpler. Just remember this one thing. AI is basically a super-powered pattern-finding machine. That's it. It's not magic. Alright, if you want the textbook definition, here it is. AI is just a technology that's built to, well, mimic human intelligence. Think about the stuff our brains do automatically, like understand what someone's saying or spotting a friend's face in a crowd. AI is all about teaching computers how to do those exact kinds of things. I'm going to say it again, because this is the most important part. If you remember nothing else, remember this. AI is a super smart pattern-finding machine. It doesn't matter if it's spotting a cat in your doodle or translating French to English. All it's doing is looking for patterns it recognizes to make a really, really good guess. Okay, so if it's a pattern-finding machine, how does it actually learn to find those patterns in the first place? Well, turns out there's a simple recipe for it all. Just 3 core steps that every AI follows. And here they are. Step 1, you gather a ton of data. Step 2, you use that data to build what's called a model. And step 3, you use that model to make a prediction. That's the whole secret sauce. Data, model, prediction. Now let's break down what exactly each of those really means. So step 1 is all about the data. We call this training data, and honestly, it's the most important ingredient. It's like the AI's entire education. If you want to teach it to recognize, say, a hand wave, you can't just show it one picture. You have to feed it thousands, maybe millions of pictures of hands waving. And this is key. You also have to show it a bunch of pictures without hands waving, so it learns what not to look for. Okay, so once you fed the AI all that data, we get to step 2, building the model. The easiest way to think about the model is that the AI's brain. It's the part that actually churns through all the data you gave it, looking for those patterns and trying to figure out the rules. This is where the magic, the actual learning, really happens. So what's inside this brain? What's in its toolkit? Well, it has a few really cool tools. It's got algorithms, which are basically just step-by-step instructions, like a recipe. For language, it has something called embeddings, which is like a secret code that turns words into numbers so the computer can understand them. Then it uses neural networks. Think of it as a giant tangled web to see how all those words and ideas connect. And it even has something called attention, which helps it focus on the most important bits of information, kind of like how you skim a paragraph for the main point. And all of that leads us to the grand finale, the prediction. After looking at all those patterns with its fancy tools, the AI just makes its best guess. And the key word here is guess. It's a highly educated one, but it's based on probability. It's not giving you a fact, it's giving you what it thinks is the most likely answer based on everything it's learned. Which brings us to a really, really important part. We have to remember, AI is not always right. Not even close sometimes. Because it's just playing the odds, it can totally make mistakes. Sometimes it even just makes stuff up. They call it hallucinating. It's a pattern matching machine, not a truth machine. It's just giving you the answer that looks right statistically, even if it's completely wrong. Super powerful for sure, but definitely not a crystal ball. Alright, that's enough of the theory. The best way to really get this stuff is to play with it. So let's check out some super fun games where you can actually see these ideas come to life. So here are a few awesome experiments you can find online. They let you go hands-on with AI. We're going to zoom in on 2 of these because they're perfect examples of everything we've just discussed. First up, let's talk about Quick Draw. You've probably seen this one. The game gives you a word, you have 20 seconds to draw, and the whole time an AI is shouting out guesses at what you're trying to sketch. So how does it do it? This is our main idea in action. It's pure pattern recognition. The AI has been trained on millions and millions of doodles from people all over the world. It doesn't actually know what a car is. It just knows that this specific pattern of lines and circles, well, that pattern has a super high chance of being what humans call a car. Okay, so AI isn't just for pictures. It can also understand how words connect. Like it knows ice cream is related to summer, cold, and sweet. A great way to see this is in another game called Semantris. It's basically a word association game powered by AI. You give it a clue, and it has to find the word it's most related to from a list. And how does it pull that off? Remember that toolkit we talked about? This is it. It's using embeddings, the secret code word for words. And those giant neural network maps, you give it a clue, and it has to find the word it's most related to from a list. And how does it pull that off? Remember that toolkit we talked about? This is it. It's using embeddings, that secret code for words, and those giant neural network maps to map out the relationship between all the words. It's a really cool way to literally see how an AI thinks about language. Okay, so you've seen what AI is, you've seen how it learns, and you've seen it in action. Now for the really fun part. It's your turn, and you don't need to be a programmer or a genius coder to do it. Seriously, not a single line of code required. There's this amazing free tool called Teachable Machine, and it literally walks you through the exact 3 steps we covered. You gather your data, you can use your webcam to take pictures or record short sounds, then you click a button to build the model, and boom, you can test its predictions. You can train your own little AI to recognize anything you want. It's an incredible way to get a feel for this stuff. So I'll leave you with this question. Now that you know the basics, what are you going to teach AI first? Are you going to teach it to recognize your dog? Or maybe the difference between your coffee mug and your teacup? The possibilities are, well, they're pretty much endless. And now you've got